Now we move on to the co-main event of the night. This is Ovince St versus Alonzo Menifield at 205 pounds. Now this fight was originally scheduled for August 22nd. OSP actually tested positive for the coronavirus on the day of the fight, and he was pulled from that fight, and they rescheduled it to this fight card here. Now let's jump into these fighters a little bit. OSP, Ovince St. He's from Haiti, and he's 24-14 in MMA. He's 37 years old, 6 feet 3 inches tall, and he's 14-7 in the UFC, most recently coming off of a split decision loss to Ben Rothwell. He's 1-3 in his last 4 fights, and he's 5-5 in his last 10. He has 9 decision losses, 3 submission losses, and 2 knockout losses on his record. He has some pretty good significant wins on his record. He has a 3rd round knockout win over Corey Anderson. He has a 1st round submission win over Yushin Okami, who at one time was considered one of the best in the world, one of the first people to ever beat Anderson Silva. He also has a 1st round knockout over Mauricio Shogun Hua. One thing that OSP has brought to the world of MMA that he's done really well is he's got this Von Flue choke down. Guys like to tie up with him. They go down to the ground, and he'll catch him in a position where it's almost like these guys are trying to guillotine him. But at the time, really what's happening is OSP is setting up his Von Flue choke, and he does it often. He does it a lot. He's currently a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, and he played college football at the University of Tennessee. He has 11 knockouts, 8 submissions, and 5 decisions on his record right now. Now he's going against Alonzo Menifield. He's 9-1 in MMA, and he went 2-0 on Dana White's Contender Series before getting signed to the UFC. His first fight, he won in between the round due to a doctor stoppage, and then in his second fight, he knocked his opponent out in just 8 seconds and got his contract to the UFC. Since signing with the UFC, he's gone 2-1, coming off of a decision loss to Devin Clark, but he does have 2 first-round knockout wins in the UFC over Vinicius Moreira and Paul Craig. Overall, he has 7 knockouts and 2 submissions to his record. He's another guy that played college football. He played junior college ball, JUCO ball at Glendale Community College, and then he also played at Texas A&M. After that, he played in the CFL for a little while, and now here he is in the UFC. However, I don't think that Alonzo Menifield's really going to know enough about jiu-jitsu and about what's going on to stop the Von Flue choke. There's been a lot of other guys. Everybody knows it's coming, and he still seems to get it. I think that Alonzo Menifield is going to throw punches, and when he throws heavy punches, he likes to lunge forward. That takes him out of position a little bit, and that will close that distance there. And what's going to happen is OSP is going to tie up with him, and he's going to drag him down to the ground somehow. He might do it from the body, he might change down to the legs, but he's going to take it down to the ground and immediately start looking to set up another Von Flue choke. I don't think a guy like Alonzo Menifield, while a great athlete, knows enough about the ground. I think he spent a lot of time working more on his hands, and I think OSP comes home with another win. He's going to submit him in the 2nd round.